You never know the worth of water until the well runs dry. With all that the world is currently facing, some basic issues have been neglected. Today, we would like to shed some light on the global water crisis. We have heard quotes saying that a drop of water is worth more than a sack of gold to a thirsty man. Unfortunately, the people who have access to water are the very people who do not value its importance. Here are some simple statistics. 71% of the earth is covered by water, out of which only 2.5% is fresh. Even then, just 1% of our fresh water is easily accessible, with much of it trapped in glaciers and snowfields. In a sense, only 0.007% of the planet's water is available to fuel and feed our ever-growing population. Another remarkable statistic is that, according to the United Nations, water use has grown at more than twice the rate of population increase in the last century. Now let's turn our attention to India's water situation. The Composite Water Management Index (CWMI) report also states that by 2030, the country's water demand is projected to be twice the available supply, implying severe water scarcity for hundreds of millions of people and an eventual 6% loss in the country's GDP. After 2 consecutive years of weak monsoons, 330 million people, that is a quarter of the country's population, are affected by a severe drought. Today, major cities all over the world are facing a steep groundwater crisis. According to the CWMI report released by the Niti Aayog in 2018, 21 major cities, including Delhi, Bengaluru, Chennai and Hyderabad, are racing to reach zero groundwater levels in the coming years, affecting access for more than 100 million people. Now the question arises, what steps has India taken to overcome this situation? The Union government recently formed a new Jal Shakti ministry, which aims at tackling water issues with a holistic and integrated perspective on the subject. The ministry has announced an ambitious plan to provide piped water connections to every household in India by 2024. This situation, though, calls for a revolution at the ground level. We cannot just sit and watch while people die of thirst.
What measures should we take at an individual level? Let's start by spreading awareness among people about the importance of water. This video of ours is a humble attempt to achieve the same means. Some measures that we can take at an individual level are: first of all, using a regulated amount of water for activities like bathing and washing utensils and clothes. Only 5 to 7 liters of water should be utilized for bathing. Let us avoid using showers, which are colossal waste of water. Rainwater harvesting is another method to save water. Rainwater harvesting system can be installed on rooftops for collection and usage of rainwater. This can be implemented in housing societies and even bungalows. Recycling grey water, that is the water used from basins, washers, etc., to water the plants is another way to use water that would have otherwise gone to waste. When we know that fresh water is such a scarce resource, we must protect it and prevent its pollution. We can do it. We need to do it. We have a responsibility on our hands to save water, not just for us, but also for our future generations, for the life of planet Earth. After all, as one said, thousands have lived without love, not one without water.